今日 Miri 想帶你去一個好神秘又特別嘅地方，究竟係咪呢啲大家已經好熟悉嘅地方呢？唔通係揾嘢食，定係又帶你哋去睇樓呢？嗱，今日去帶你哋睇嘅地方呢，就係一個新加坡最貴嘅地方之一啊！有啲 GCB 呢啲好貴嘅私人屋喺度嘅。不過呢，今日呢，就唔係帶大家去睇樓啦。今日帶大家嚟到呢一個神秘嘅花園，入嚟睇下，咦？點解呢間屋好似好殘舊咁嘅？有咁大笪地，唔係應該起大屋養番狗，仲要有埋個泳池，好嘆咁嘅？咁呢啲人喺度做乜嘢呢？嗱，如果你留意一陣間我哋嘅介紹，聽下佢哋講乜嘢，你就會明點解佢哋喺呢個地方咁開心，佢哋揾到佢嘅生命嘅意義，而且可能可以幫你重新定義究竟好嘅生活係應該點樣樣嘅。
I'm in the middle of the Singapore city, actually in a very, very expensive neighborhood. And somebody decided to change space into this beautiful experiment. It's an experiment because they wanted to try to see how in the middle of a very crowded city, how they can turn it into a sustainable permaculture farm. 呢度有種咗好多嘢，我唔知我唔識嘅，但係我會叫我啲朋友介紹俾大家聽。
今日嚟到呢一個神秘花園嘅目的呢，就係漫無目的咁樣入去享受一下呢一個環境，了解下佢哋點樣將一個原本好貧瘠嘅花園泥土變成可以種植好多好食同埋有營養嘅食物嘅一個花園。另外呢，仲有一啲自然嘅池塘，仲有好多好多好特別嘅植物俾大家認識㗎。
So I can harvest from here, or I can harvest from the other side. Which do you think is better angle for you?
Anywhere, it's okay. I'll just follow you.
I guess I will harvest from here. Angle 靚唔靚？
呢個靚，呢個，哇！呢啲好味喎，呢啲正。
聞到啲香味啦。
嚇。
Okay, good, encouraging.
好香喎，呢啲薑。
係啊，新鮮。你一陣喺度食飯啊？
好啊。多謝。
Irene喺度煮。
點樣知先係食唔食得㗎？
呢個定喺呢度，唔係喺個旁邊嗰度嘅，喺呢度啊有個距離嘅。一陣你見到其他有啲咧，呢個定咧喺呢度嚟嘅。
哦，咁啊唔食得，呢種啊食得。
呢種食得。
哦。
不過你要 confirm 揾人幫你 confirm 一下。
好啊。呢個好靚，呢個 Roselle 係咯，好靚喎呢啲。咁佢嘅好大隻啊！啲可以整嗰啲咩啊？酸菜。係啊，好食啊！煲茶飲都好食。
Let's go and have a walk. So what we're trying to do here is turn this into a pollinator garden. Usually for the rest of this permaculture space, we try to grow something that is edible for humans. But for this section, because it gets really good sun throughout the day, really good for flowers. And so we're growing all these for pollinators. The pollinators are not just bees, but also many other kinds of insects. 呢個係一種 they call it, the common name is like Mexican sunflower.
This is really beautiful.
There's a yellow version, but we don't have it here yet.
This is Mexican sunflower. I can harvest it and bring it home. Wow, I love it. It's so pretty. Well, thanks for sharing. I promise I'll try to grow this. How to grow it?
It becomes its own pot.
So I just sprinkle the seed all over the soil and it will grow?
Then it grows.
Wow, okay. I hope I will have a beautiful garden. How do you cook ulam raja?
You don't really cook it. So ulam raja means king of salad,
Oh, okay.
but is also referred to a flower. So
I see. 可以搣啲 Ulam Raja 嘅葉嚟食。我估呢個有冇螞蟻？呢個冇。苦嘅話有少少。
有少少苦。我睇下呢啲都
好味
開始開花啦。
嚇！
啊，嗰啲未開花嘅就比較冇咁苦啲。
好食啊 ！Ulam Raja flower， 哇，好靚啊 ！Green mango， 係喎，芒果味嘅。
所以佢就叫 Ulam Raja， 唔係 Malay for King of Flowers， King of Salads 咯。
呢個係 tarragon， 好香喎。
就係用呢個咯。攞尾我係 serve 係 Monaca 夾住一啲 cafe lunch 細食。
Wow，it's nice。goes very well with like amuse bouche.
Yeah.
Okay, hello, Sparky. I can eat it now. Okay, I've never tried this before. I hope the ants don't mind. Can eat it. 甜甜地、酸酸地嘅喎。係。嗰啲螞蟻會唔會鬧我？好味啊！你食唔食啊 ？Sparky, hello. 好得意啊佢。Wow. Okay, this one is a wild plant. You can see the lanterns growing. This is yummy, super yummy. This is a wild gooseberry. Okay, I'll try. Yummy, so yummy. So sweet. Wow, 好味。
Yeah.
有啲
This one don't need really good soil.
Yeah.
Cage also
Oh,
grow.
really?
Yes.
Okay, I should grow it. The good thing about being in a farm is that you can just throw the pea after you eat it. Just throw it like this and then go back to soil. Okay, can we go up?
Can you see the fish from there?
Oh, fish, nice.
And lots of dragonflies.
好靚啊
Simple Bob, can you see from there?
Yeah, this one.
This was a regular swimming pool. Then what happened was we stopped the chlorine and we let it sit and be exposed to regular rainwater for some time. Then we started putting soil at the bottom to build up organic matter at the bottom of the pool. And then we started planting different plants. What's really interesting to see is as soon as we stopped the chlorine and the water was good enough to support a few plants growing in it, we've already got dragonflies coming in. They're so sensitive to the environment and so sensitive to clean water. So this bush may look very untidy, but because you see how it's all a tangle of stalks and old leaves and fallen organic matter and aquatic plants in there. This whole thing is a habitat for frogs and toads. So we've got, sometimes we can see toad or frog's eggs in this little corner, and that protects them from being eaten by the fish. This is biofilter. The purpose is to filter the water before it gets into the bigger pool, and all the aquatic plants in here. The roots help to cleanse and oxygenate the water before it goes into the pool.
And the dragonflies come here to eat any mosquito larvae, right?
Yeah.
So it's really safe.
It becomes their play and mating area. We don't just have dragonflies, we also have damselflies. We've observed a few kinds of that as well. Before we built this biofilter, and we only had the swimming pool with the soil and the plants inside, the plants were not doing well and they started to turn yellow. So then when we added this extra layer into the design, then that's when life started to happen. And it's mainly because of oxygen.
Yeah. And the
The
fish.
constant circling of oxygen through the system helps everything live better. Have a look at this. You see this yellow, this is the original clay. And it's very sticky, and plants growing in there, their
Yes.
roots cannot breathe.
Yes.
So when you make compost directly on top, you're adding a lot of organic matter. And then furthermore, you're adding dried leaves on top. This layer is mulch. It's like sunscreen for the soil.
Yes.
And it creates a moisture barrier to
Yes.
keep the moisture inside. So here you start to see that we have brown stuff happening, which is different from the orange clay. And it's only a very thin layer because it takes time to build up this nice chocolate cake kind of consistency in your soil. So that's why it needs to be protected by the mulch. So you can still see orange through the dark brown. So give it another 12 to 24 months and the dark brown layer will grow thicker and deeper and deeper.
所有嘢都唔係垃圾嚟㗎，要回翻去個泥土裏邊。呀，咁呢啲好多碳喺度啦，
係。
碳咧要翻落泥土。
OK。好啊，邊度斬出嚟㗎？
喺Mr. O 嗰度，Mr. O 見到。
哦，OK。係 clear space for growing something else。
有啲叫做乜嘢甘蔗花。
呢
甘蔗花唔係甘蔗係甘蔗花。
甘蔗花。
啊，都係食得嘅，好有營養㗎。
So when you squeeze compost, let's see if you can get one drop of water. So you can see water coming out from here.
Can see. Can. Yes.
Okay. So that will tell you that your compost is about 50% moisture, which is just right. You don't want it too wet, which is over 50%, and you don't want it too dry, which is under. And after you squeeze it, when you crumble them up, it crumbles very easily. It's not sticky or too dry. And if you look at my hands, there are no stains. So that's a sign of a compost that is well made and ready to be used.
Mr. Tang 呢個係咩啊？
呢個咧就係fish hydrolysis，我就係用嗰啲喺市場wet market 收集嗰啲魚頭、魚尾、魚腸、魚鱗，抌落去，再加一啲brown sugar， 咁浸住佢，咁浸到半年到啦，我就可以用㗎啦。
依家整咗幾耐啊？呢個？
呢個3個月到啦，3個月到咧就咁
冇味㗎喎，
嘅狀態，
好似
有少少味啦，
冇味啊，聞唔到。
聞唔到啊？
好似啲整嗰啲醃乜鬼啊，醃嘢咁樣喎。
係啊，好似醃嘢咁啊。
有啲油喺上面喎。
係啊，油啊，咁有油係好啊，因為油咧就我估下可以鼓勵喺泥土裏面鼓勵嗰啲分界生長呀，因為分界先可以分解嗰啲油 ，bacteria 唔可以分解。
Well, it smells a little bit like my bokashi。
呀。
咁幾時知佢 mature 可以用啊？
大概我諗半年，即係6個月啦。你開始浸6個月之後我就用㗎啦。
好似有少少似嗰啲 miso sauce 咁啊。
對，咁咧唔會臭喎，即係第一日做咧，
OK 啊。
你嗰啲糖溶咗之後冚過去咧就唔臭㗎啦已經。
That's amazing. And how do you use it?
溝落啲水嗰度，大概500倍啦，500至1000倍㗎嘛。淋水啦，淋花咁樣淋啦。
OK。
我有一支喺裏邊啦，我喺GI 做㗎，我攞啲過嚟喺度用啦。係啊，
咩都冇嘥嗬。
係啊，因為所有嘅 organic waste 啊，其實唔係 waste 係 resource。我哋要想辦法咧，將佢回翻去嗰個ecological system。但係我哋而家新加坡差唔多600萬人喺度食嘢，每日都食嘢，
掉好多
嗰啲嘢咧，大部分係當垃圾抌咗咧就運去邊度啊？焚化爐啦，燒啦。
Yes。
燒咯，攞咗啲碳咧就變成乜嘢啊 ？CO2。
Yes。
上翻上去。咁而家講咗太多 CO2 啦，影響天氣啊，全球暖化啦，唔得啦，要減少排碳啊咁樣。其實我哋呢啲碳咧，落翻去泥土咧就唔會變成 CO2 啦嘛。
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
所以 carbon is actually food, the basis of food.
Yeah.
The problem now is that there's an imbalance. There's now too much carbon in the air, too little carbon in soil. So we need to restore the balance. That is, we have to return more carbon to soil. And then do not allow too much of it to become CO2 in the air.
Yeah.
That's the approach. And now we don't need to develop new technologies, high technologies to do this.
係。
Nature is already doing this.
同埋好快喎，呢度半年就得啦喎。
係啊。
係啊。
So this is one way. Composting is another way. There's so many ways to return carbon to the soil. Yeah. And now we are
And you can
doing
grow.
so little.
You can grow a lot of food
Yes,
with
it's not just
with
food
this
for
soil.
humans. It's food for butterflies, bees, dragonflies. So many life on Earth.
This pipe is wearing a sock.
Okay.
So what's inside is a black plastic pipe that has tiny little drainage holes right around, and it runs like a snake under the soil. What we had to do was to dig a hole in the ground about 1 meter deep. Then I filled it with branches, and you can weave the branches together so it forms a very sturdy, dense layer in the 1 meter hole. And then you put a layer of gravel on top, and then you cover it back with the soil. But before you cover it back with the soil, you actually lay the pipe directly on the gravel.
I see. So the water from the drains come here and they get filtered down by all the layers of
Gravel.
gravel.
And the last resting place for the water will be amongst the branches that are in this hole.
I see.
And what will happen to the branches is they will swell up from absorbing all that moisture. And over time, they will start to break down and compost inside this pit.
Then where does the water go?
The water gets absorbed by the organic matter.
I see. Then becomes groundwater.
So it will stay here. And on top of it, because this is under a big tree here, it's a shaded spot. So we'll be growing shade-loving foods such as turmeric, ginger, all sorts of ginger, and some herbs that can tolerate partial shade.
食飯先。
你食飯啦。
Sweet potato leaves。呢個咧 taro no cassava。哦。They're all grown here。
Open the lid.
呢個哇好熱啊，唔得啊，可以啦 ，OK。Wow, really nice. Yam rice
With torched ginger on top.
and it smells really fragrant.
That was torched ginger.
Wow, I'm so lucky. I'm so glad I got invited to this
反正我
lunch.
食過嘅係 torched.
好靚，好香啊，好香，好好味啊。Wow, this is really wonderful.
Start it on your diet.
For you?
Oh, yes.
We find a lot of difference.
We have food scraps from lunch, so I'm just going to bury it straight into a compost. So this is the lazy person way of making compost. And in order to do this, you need a bioactive compost to start with, so that the digestion can happen very fast. So today's food scrap is vegetarian, but sometimes we have chicken parts or fish, depending on what we had for lunch. This is cassava. It's really tough, not edible. So then we just bury it. And then it's done.
Can you tell me what you think living well means to you?
Living well means that you're living in nature, you're eating good food. Good food doesn't mean expensive food. Good food means food that is produced in nature. Food actually is life. All the food that you eat was once alive. It was life, like plants, fruits, vegetables, meat, fish. They are life. So, and all life needs a natural environment to live in, to grow. So we need to provide this natural environment for your food crops, so that in this environment they will be interacting with different elements in nature: sun, rain, soil, microbes, insects, pests, all other things. So when they grow in this environment, they would develop the phytonutrients, which we call nutrients for us also,
Yes.
in the plant body. And when we eat the plants, these nutrients will go into our body and protect us from diseases also. This is life, this is health.
Okay, one more last question. What's your future plan for yourself?
To restore the soil of Singapore as much as we can. But what is going on all around Singapore is that we are destroying soil everywhere. Forests and other habitats, we are destroying to build more housing and infrastructure. So whenever I have the opportunities, I will try to restore soil. Like here, this is a big garden of a house, but this garden had been maintained by landscape contractors using unsustainable means. They use chemicals, they use machines and so on. So it's good that the owner of this house is passionate about permaculture. So we are using permaculture approaches to restore the soil so that good food can be grown from it for us humans and for other life that happens to be around here. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Okay,
Tang.
welcome.
握手先，多
Okay.
謝你。
Okay, yes. 你睇下有冇香港人有興趣？
好啊。
已經人到中年嘅 Miri 成日都喺度諗，究竟乜嘢先為之活得快樂、活得好呢？今次嚟到呢一個秘密花園，睇到呢幾位朋友過住佢哋理想嘅生活，佢哋一齊勞動，一齊耕作，享受大自然，見到佢哋滿足又快樂嘅表情，我得到咗一啲啟發。生活喺大城市裏面，我哋好容易被五光十色嘅商業社會影響，唔記得咗咩先係真正嘅快樂。希望大家睇完呢段片之後，對順應大自然嘅生活方式有所了解。多謝收睇，如果你鍾意我嘅內容，請你訂閱、點讚、分享、留言同埋分享俾朋友。期待下次再見，拜拜。